All right, welcome to your very own deep dive. You sent in that YouTube video. 99% of ladies don't like this behaviors in men.
Yeah.
And this Coach Lucky, let me tell you, he's got some pretty strong opinions about what men need to know to, like, win in the dating game.
Right. And that's why we are going to dive right into it. I think strong opinions can often be really fascinating insights.
Yeah.
So we're going to unpack this advice and see if it holds up, and maybe uncover some surprising truths along the way about, attraction and relationships.
Okay, so he jumps right in, and he's saying that respect is, like, the most important thing for women. It's like a form of love, he says.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
So it's elevating it,
Yeah.
beyond just like good manners.
Right.
It's suggesting that respecting women is like deeply tied to how they feel loved and valued.
Yeah, he says, like, never insult a woman in public or, like, really value her opinions. But then he says telling your wife to sit down is respectful, which feels a little outdated.
Yeah. It's interesting how it kind of clashes, those modern ideas about partnership.
Right.
Today, respect looks like recognizing your partner as an equal,
Right.
not someone that you command.
Yeah. Then he goes into arrogance being a big no-no.
Okay.
He says that a proud man won't make a woman happy, like a self-important man. Why do you think that is?
Well, think back to the hunter-gatherer days.
Okay.
Arrogance might have signaled dominance and strength,
Yeah.
which were desirable traits back then.
Right. So,
But in today's world, where collaboration and emotional intelligence are key,
yeah.
arrogance can come across as insecure and off-putting.
Oh, that's really interesting. It's
Yeah.
like an outdated evolutionary signal.
Exactly.
That's fascinating.
And, research actually shows that humility is a strong predictor of relationship satisfaction. So Coach Lucky might be onto something here.
Okay, so buckle up.
Yeah.
His take on hygiene is
Okay.
pretty memorable, to say the least. He paints this picture of a man who, like, doesn't shower, throws his clothes everywhere.
Okay.
He even tells a story about a bride almost throwing up at the altar because of the groom's bad breath.
Oh, wow.
Like, he really goes there.
So he definitely goes for that shock value.
Yeah.
But beneath the imagery, I think there's a valid point. Hygiene isn't just about cleanliness.
Right.
It's about signaling respect for yourself and others.
So if you're neglecting your hygiene, it's like a deeper disregard for those social norms or even a lack of self-care.
Precisely. And from an evolutionary standpoint,
Okay.
good hygiene can be associated with health and vitality, which are inherently attractive qualities.
Interesting. Okay, moving on. He says insecurity is a big problem. He describes this man who's constantly monitoring his partner, questioning her, doesn't trust her.
Right. So this lack of trust
Yeah.
is creating a toxic environment, leading to what psychologists call attachment anxiety. The insecure partner is constantly seeking reassurance,
Right.
which can actually push the other person away.
So it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy.
Yes.
The more insecure one person acts, the less secure the other feels.
Yeah.
And the relationship just deteriorates.
That's exactly it. And it can be incredibly damaging.
Yeah. Okay, next up, dishonesty. He's adamant that lying is never okay, especially about finances. He believes transparency builds trust, and he says women often think men have more money than they actually do.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
It could stem from those traditional gender roles
Right.
where men were expected to be the providers.
Yeah.
But regardless, honesty about your financial situation
Yeah.
demonstrates a willingness to be vulnerable and build that partnership based on mutual trust.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like that foundation.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it feels like he's really emphasizing honesty.
Oh, absolutely.
As like the foundation for a good relationship.
And research backs it up,
Yeah.
Studies have shown that couples who communicate openly and honestly report higher levels of satisfaction in their relationship and are better equipped to handle conflict.
Right.
It's like building a house.
Yeah.
You need that solid ground.
Yeah, makes sense. Okay. On to controlling behavior.
Okay.
Coach Lucky is very clear.
Yeah.
Men should never try to control their partners.
Right.
He says to see your partner as an equal, not someone to be commanded.
So this point challenges those traditional power dynamics we were talking about earlier.
Right.
Controlling behavior often stems from insecurity and a need for dominance,
Yeah.
which ultimately undermines the foundation of a healthy relationship.
He actually uses this analogy. He says, you are the head, the wife is the neck, but when the neck is cut off, the head is gone as well.
Wow. That's a powerful image.
Right.
A powerful way to illustrate that interdependence.
Yeah.
You're not trying to control the other person.
Right.
You're working together towards a common goal.
And finally, he says a lack of ambition is a major turnoff for women.
Okay.
He says having drive, a vision, and passion is incredibly attractive.
This idea taps into something pretty primal.
Yeah.
Ambition at its core
Yeah.
is about striving for something better,
Right.
which can signal resourcefulness
Yeah.
and the ability to provide qualities that might have been crucial for survival in our evolutionary past.
So women might be subconsciously drawn to ambition because it hints at a partner who can create a secure and stable future for them.
It's a plausible theory.
Right.
And on a psychological level, ambition often goes hand in hand with self-motivation and a sense of purpose,
Right.
which are attractive qualities in a partner.
It's like he's advocating for this very specific kind of man.
Yeah.
He's got to be respectful, humble, well-groomed, secure, honest, non-controlling.
Right.
And ambitious.
It is definitely an idealized image.
Yeah.
But there's value, I think, in unpacking these qualities.
Oh, right.
It encourages us to think about how our own behaviors might impact our relationships and how we can strive to be better partners.
So it's like a blueprint for self-improvement.
You
But with a focus on how those improvements benefit your love life.
Exactly. And that brings us to a question for you, our listener.
Okay.
Have you ever considered how some of these qualities, like respect, honesty, ambition, might show up in your own relationships?
It's a good question to think about. And, do you think his advice translates across cultures? Would a woman in Japan be attracted to the same qualities as a woman in Brazil?
That's a really good point.
Yeah.
While certain aspects of attraction might be universal,
Right.
cultural norms definitely play a role.
Yeah.
For example, Coach Lucky stresses ambition.
Right.
But in some cultures, humility and modesty might be valued more.
So what's a turn on in one culture
Exactly.
might not be in another.
And that's the beauty of exploring these topics.
Right.
It challenges us to question our assumptions and recognize that there isn't a one-size-fits-all approach to attraction and relationships.
It's like we're peeling back the layers of this complex puzzle.
Yeah.
It's this intricate dance of biology, psychology, cultural influences.
Precisely. And what's fascinating is those influences are constantly evolving. What was attractive a century ago might be totally different today.
That's true.
Yeah.
It makes you think about what will be attractive in the future.
Right.
50 years from now.
Yeah, it's a question worth pondering.
Right.
And it highlights the importance of staying open-minded and adaptable.
Yeah.
Attraction isn't static.
Yeah.
It's fluid, shaped by societal shifts and individual preferences.
Coach Lucky's video definitely gave us a lot to think about.
Definitely.
His delivery might be a bit strong for some, but it got us thinking about how we present ourselves in relationships.
Right.
And the qualities we value in a partner.
Absolutely. And remember, personal growth is an ongoing process.
Right.
It's about continuously striving to be the best version of yourself.
Yeah.
Both for your own well-being and for the benefit of your relationships.
So as we wrap up our deep dive into Coach Lucky's advice, I want to leave you, our listener, with one final thought.
All right.
We've talked about respect, honesty, ambition, and all these qualities that can contribute to a healthy relationship.
Right.
But what about the other side of the coin?
Okay.
What are some red flags to watch out for?
Right.
Behaviors that might signal a relationship isn't healthy or sustainable.
That's an excellent question.
Yeah.
And it's something to be mindful of as you navigate your own relationship.
Right.
Keep an eye out for patterns of disrespect, dishonesty, or controlling behavior.
Yeah.
These are often signs that a relationship might not be serving you well.
Trust your gut.
Yeah.
Listen to that inner voice.
Exactly. If something feels off, it probably is.
You deserve to be in a relationship where you feel respected, valued, and loved for who you are.
Well said.
We've reached the end of our deep dive.
Okay.
And I hope this exploration of Coach Lucky's video has sparked some insightful reflections for you, our listener.
Yeah.
Remember, relationships are a journey of growth and discovery, and there's always something new to learn about ourselves and our partners along the way.
It's been a pleasure unraveling these complexities with you.
Thank you for joining us on this journey. Keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep nurturing those connections that bring meaning and joy to your life.